Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sufi Healing podcast and YouTube channel. So today, special session. We'll explain in a second why, but it's an introduction. It's a first session in a series of Art of Healing. Today, we're going to talk about the heart. And this particular series are dedicated towards what we call a hands-on healing, or gradually learning how to help yourself to become a better healer. Recognize that part of the healing can come through the hands. And so with that, as I said, it's a special session, so I'll pass it on. And I'm Rakib Misha Kogan, Vice President of Healing Activity.
And I'm Nuralima Smith, also a Vice President of the Healing Activity.
And Nuralima will introduce someone who really doesn't have to be introduced, but we'll do it anyway.
I have the easiest job. I'd like to introduce the Kefayat of the Healing Activity, our much loved Devi Tide. She has been a senior teacher for many years, was the head of the Healing Activity, the Vice President for almost 25 years, and now is extremely active as a trusted advisor and teacher, doing things that range from teaching healing conductor classes and healing retreats to traveling with the sacred grandmothers. So we're doing this today because the best laid plans of mice and Sufis get undermined. And it was to be a class, the first in the series, called The Heart. But unfortunately, Devi and her presentation partner, Hakika from Australia, were not able to be with us on the regularly scheduled session. So Rakib and I are filling in and thought that at least a video presentation with Devi would be a good way for our audience to have the chance to experience Devi's knowledge and depth on this subject. So thank you.
Thank you. Before Devi starts, as you've been probably seeing, we've increasingly using this format so that this goes on YouTube. You always have access to it. But in order for you to be successfully having access to it, please make sure you subscribe. That's the best way to not just support the channel, but also get the most updated information. And of course, it's not just this particular recording. We're doing many different ones, and we will continue finding wonderful speakers and talk about spiritual healing and Sufi healing. So, Devi, thank you so much. And
well, hello, everybody. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about the heart, and to talk about the heart in the context of learning to heal with your hands. In the Inayatiyya healing activity, we do not teach modalities. And so many people come to us, people who want to learn because they enjoy learning about healing and they want to heal themselves, people who are professionals in the realm of healing, physicians, nurses, psychotherapists, psychiatrists, social workers, maybe you. And then also people who are in other fields and want to bring a healing influence, a harmonizing influence into their work environment and into their play environment. So whoever you are welcome to come to these sessions on the art of healing. Today, we're starting with the heart. You know, the heart is the very first organ to activate in the body. The heart starts beating before you have arms and legs, before you have a face, certainly before you have thoughts. And the heart remains the main functioning activity of the multidimensional body throughout your life. The heart influences not only the physical form, but the mind, your feelings, your attitudes, your expectations. The heart influences everything. So we start with the heart in learning about healing with the hands. There's a quote of Pure Murshid Inayat Khan. He says, "This is not my body. This is the temple of God." And whether or not you're a religious person, you could consider your body as a temple, as a sacred organism. And in learning how to heal with the heart, I'd like to suggest that you consider the heart as precious. Yes, and so how do you make this organ that beats in a certain rhythm inside your body, how do you activate it in a way that it somehow influences everything that you do? And not just influences it, but acts as a conduit for the universe's power to heal and to reconstruct, to restore, to rejuvenate, to bring light and good feeling and vitality. That's what today's class is about. Rather than give you a lot to do, I want to suggest that we incorporate a few simple things into one exercise. The first being that you become aware of your breath. So let's just do that for a moment. Being aware of the breath flowing into the body and out, not trying to make it do something special. Give up all of your breathing activities and practices and strengthening exercises, and just relax and breathe in and out. You might even take a deep breath and sigh. When your breath is clear and breathes freely, like the breeze that flows through the air, that breath begins to carry a kind of vitality with it. Like the breeze on a day that you feel there's so much freshness in the air. So for those of you who like to take notes, the first note is to breathe. Remember, so much in life, with so much in life, the answer is the simplest thing. So let's take a next step, and that is to now turn our attention to the region of the heart. You could take your hands and put them on your chest. Letting your attention rest on the skin underneath your hand. the flesh underneath the skin, the bone underneath that flesh. The space underneath the bone. Letting your attention come back over and over, if it strays, to this place in the center of your chest, in the region of your heart. And if it's helpful, you can close your eyes. You might even notice how, when your attention rests somewhere, the breath goes there also. And take one more breath. Breathe out. If you have your hand on your chest, you can move it away and just assess what is happening underneath, in that place, in the body, in the region of the heart. Is there a softness? Is there a stiffness? Has it shifted? Has anything stretched or changed? Has there been a sighing or have you yawned? All of these things are signs that your attention, your concentration, your focus in this area is having an effect. And if you feel nothing, that's also fine, because sometimes what's happening is very subtle and you won't notice at all. But as long as the attention is moving in this direction, something is occurring. So this practice of presence will increase your ability to concentrate. And concentration is the first big step in developing healing power. Being able to hold your mind steady and your glance steady on a specific place. Okay, so we will move ahead, but first just take a moment to stretch. My puppy's stretching with you. Stretch your arms. Wiggle your fingers. You can shake out your hands. Slap the air. Yeah. Okay, the next step. First there was breath, then there was concentration, and now we're going to offer presence to the heart. There are three types of presence. One is a simple presence when you are just present to a location. The second is a healing presence when you're present to a location and allow kindness to flow, compassion, blessing to flow in that direction. And the third kind of presence is a wounding presence, where you're present to a location and you're taking with it a bad attitude. You're feeling negative. You're thinking this is not going to work. You're judging what's happening. Is this good enough? Did I do it right? So let's just all ignore a wounding presence for this moment and turn attention to this location in the center of the chest. We'll put all three pieces together. First, breathing. A relaxing breath, but not a spaced out breath. Stay clear. Now turning your attention to that region in the center of your chest. And now turning your attention there and being present to it. Either offering a simple presence to this location or allowing a healing presence, almost as if you're letting a stream of blessing come through and touch this place. It might even feel as if you are being present to something sacred. Again, if you feel some sort of discharge, just let it happen. A sigh or a stretch or a shift, a raising of some sort of feeling. Just continue to be present to this location in the center of your chest. And for some of you, you could even imagine that you are standing at the shoreline of a boundless sea or a boundless universe. And you can just gaze at that shore, that shoreline across the sea, across the universe, or you could come close and touch that infinite space. For you, that might be enough, or if you want, you can even move into it just a little bit, maybe up to your knees. And for you, if you'd like, you could even allow yourself to float. In that boundless sea or that boundless universe. And let's move back into that experience of just being present to the space in the center of the chest. and being aware of your body and your breath. Your hands and your feet and your spine. And then open your eyes. This is a practice of the domain of the heart. And as you become more and more comfortable moving through these stages of breath, concentration, presence, and the experience of the domain of the heart, you will find yourself becoming more and more supple. And your hands, which actually are an extension of the heart, will begin to have more and more healing power. So I hope that you use this practice wisely. If you spend all day doing it, that's not wise. But once a day or twice a day, doing this practice, giving yourself a little bit of time in each stage, coming back and getting grounded and clear and being aware, how does it feel in my body when I've done this practice? What about when I look around? What's the quality of light and of sound, the texture of the air? How do my feet feel standing on the ground? This will be a good practice, one that will prove to be very useful for you as you develop as a healer. We were all given these tools to become able to heal ourselves and, as a byproduct, to heal others. Not as magic, not as some sort of voodoo, just as a natural byproduct of being a living temple of the divine presence. Thank you so much for inviting me to offer this. I'm so sorry I'm not with you today, but I'll be with you in spirit.